So I was going through some notes and things yesterday, and I came across this perler, and I will read it to you. It says, "You don't learn to swim by reading about water." And I absolutely love that because it's so true, isn't it? I mean, you can read all the books you want to read about water, but unless you get in there, start swimming in the ocean, get the feeling of the currents, the waves, knowing when you should and shouldn't, slam against those waves and when it's calm and all that sort of stuff, you do not know. You do not know what it's like to be in the water, to feel the water, I was going to say express in the water. You might wee in the water if you're in the ocean. Who knows? I'm not judging here. No judging. I'm not judging. But it really got me to thinking because it is so true. So let's say you are someone who maybe you're working with a FSA, frequency shift activation, and or something similar to that, and you say something along the lines, "I stand in my power with ease." And the only way you are going to know if that really is true is if you're given an opportunity, if life, the universe, spirit, whatever it might be, gives you an opportunity to see if that really is the case, that you do stand in your power with ease and grace perhaps as well too. And unless you're given this opportunity to grow and explore that is the case, then you're not going to know. And I think that happens so much, like, how will we know? Like, if you're a people pleaser, for example, and you've now decided, you know what, that served me at some stages in my life, but that's now an old story that I no longer want to hang on to. And so you are putting yourself first and knowing that it's okay to actually do that, and say no to things that don't light you up, that don't resonate. And so unless you're given an opportunity to say no to something, then you're not going to know if you're able to do that now. You know what I'm saying? So you're given that opportunity to grow, and in this case, it might be that you say no, and it might be the first time you have to say no, and it might feel uncomfortable or unfamiliar. You might think, wow, is that, I feel like I'm doing something bad, but you're not, and you're not. It's just because it's unfamiliar. So then, like the healing spiral, we keep coming back to those same places again with new eyes, new layers lifted, new layers revealed. And so when we do that, we look at it and we're like, okay, all right, well, I can see how far I've come. And here's a new layer that I hadn't actually expected to see. But now that this other one's gone, this one can surface, and now I can look at that. So that's sort of how I kind of see those things, like, yeah, if you are creating consciously and on purpose, and you're wanting to shift, and you're putting these things out there and saying these things to yourself and embodying them, truly embodying them, you will be faced with opportunities to grow. And that's great because, for want of a better term, these little tests, they can really shit you at times because you're like, I really don't want to do this, but they're the things you do to overcome the thing that you used to do, so that you can stand in your power more, be more of who you are, remember the power of who you are, and cultivate and develop an even deeper trust and knowing within yourself, and belief in yourself. And when you have that shit's unshakable, and those things don't matter anymore. And when they don't matter anymore, they don't tend to happen anymore. Or if they do, you can just see it so differently. It doesn't have the same triggering feeling. It doesn't bring in those old feelings that you might have had back in the day. So it's a real beautiful thing. And then you can just keep walking through life until that next opportunity to grow pops up, and you're like, oh great, thought I'd worked on that. And it may be that you find, again, like I said, another layer. So yeah, I just thought I'd pop in with that little perler, because it is a perler, isn't it? Let me read it again. I'll look down so I don't forget. You don't learn to swim by reading about water. So whatever you're doing, wherever you're splashing about today, whatever your opportunity to grow is coming up for you right now, just know that you've got this, and you're being given the opportunity to sort of stand in that. And yeah, it might not always be fun and sexy, but it'll be worth it. And yeah, the wisdom. the strength, the deep trust within yourself. That's what's worth it. So, yeah, anyway, I hope you're having a cracker day, and I hope you continue to have a cracker day. And I will look forward to seeing you in another one of these soon.